بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه ومن سار على نهجه واقتفى أثره إلى يوم الدين وبعد. Dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm going to share with you some important lessons from the dangers and the harmful effect of shedding innocent blood. Human life is sacrosanct. No one can give it except Allah, and no one can take it except Allah. This sacrosanct nature of human life is realized in all religions, all revealed religions. They regard the killing of an innocent soul as an abomination and a serious sin. It is there in all the religions, the protection of life. So Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala has made one of the evils that He commanded the Muslims to avoid and to shun is taking the life of a soul without a just cause. Allah gave the ummah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam commandments similar and even more and even wider and more encompassing than the 10 commandments that were given to the community, to Musa alayhi salam and the Jews. In Surah Al-Isra, Allah mentioned these commandments, and among them, وَلَا تَقْتُلُوا النَّفْسَ الَّتِي حَرَّمَ اللَّهُ إِلَّا بِالْحَقِّ وَمَنْ قُتِلَ مَظْلُومًا فَقَدْ جَعَلْنَا لِوَلِيِّهِ سُلْطَانًا فَلَا يُسْرِفْ فِي الْقَتْلِ إِنَّهُ كَانَ مَنْصُورًا. Do not kill a soul that Allah has protected, has made, that Allah has made sanctified without, except for a just cause. And whoever is killed unjustly, we have given power for his wali, that is for his near relation. So the near relation should not step beyond the bounds, and he should know that he will be helped. That is, the law will help him in getting what he deserves of compensation, of recompense. So that is why in the Sharia there is a capital punishment for wrongfully taking the life of a person, for taking the life of a person unjustly, deliberately. And it is mentioned in the Quran that it is the first act of disobedience to Allah. Allah mentioned the story of the two sons of Adam who offered a sacrifice that was accepted from one of them and was not accepted from the other. The one from whom it was not accepted, he said to his brother, he was going to kill him. Now when Allah mentioned the qissa, the story, in the end he said, min ajli dhalik كتبنا على بني إسرائيل أنه من قتل نفسا بغير نفس فكأنما قتل الناس جميعا ومن أحياها فكأنما أحيا الناس جميعا. It is on account of this that we prescribed upon the children of Israel that whoever kills a soul without having not in recompense, in compensation for the wrongful killing of another soul, it is as though he has killed the whole of mankind. And when he protects it and he lets it live, it is as though he has let the whole of mankind to live. It is so this shows the evil of killing a soul, and that was why somebody who kills another soul wrongfully, the relations of the murdered person, they have got a right to seek retribution. The retribution is supposed to be that the one who killed will also be killed in the same way that he killed the person. Otherwise, without this kind of punishment, the whole society will be entangled in internecine wars for seeking compensation. You killed us, we are going to kill you, we are going to kill someone in your community, like that. And it will go on killing and shedding of blood. And the Prophet ﷺ has said, a person, he will not cease to be in relief, in situation of relief regarding his relationship with Allah, so long as he does not come to Allah with the sin of shedding wrongfully the blood of another person. The moment you do that, you are in serious trouble with Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. The effect of shedding innocent blood on the society is that it creates insecurity. Because if life is not regarded, is not held as sacrosanct, nobody will ever be able to live, neither the ruler nor the ruled. Because if lives are not protected by the strength of law and by the strength of the institutions of security in a society, then that society will just be a jungle. Even it is part of the sacrosanct nature of human life that even if out of mistake you mistakenly take a soul, like what happens in accidents, you have to bear the consequence of paying the blood money, which at this time is equivalent to 93 million naira. And you also have to fast. You have to fast, you have to free a slave, and if you don't find a slave to free, where there is nowhere you can find now, you will have to fast for 2 consecutive months without breaking the fast for even 1 day. This is as an expiation for what you have done, for what has come to you. You have been the cause of the life of a person being taken. So it is that serious. And that person which you wrongfully caused his life to be taken, even if he is not just limited to Muslims, even if he is a non-Muslim, because you are living together in peace and harmony under a covenant, under a protection, you are bound together by treaties, by laws, by statutes. So that has given him the right to enjoy the rights enjoyed by every Muslim, even under Islam. So if somebody wrongfully, mistakenly causes the death of another, whether the dead person is a Muslim or a Christian, he has to pay compensation unless the relations of the dead person they say that they are not going to accept, or they say that we can settle they make a settlement. And the second thing he has to do is to do the expiation, which is this fasting. This is all in order to show that human life is highly respected. It is said that the sanctity of the life of a human being is more in the sight of Allah than the sanctity of the Kaaba itself. And because of this protection of life and what murder in a society and shedding blood leads to, the kind of insecurity and the creation of widows and orphans in a society, and the spread of destitution in a society, the Prophet ﷺ made this issue part of the central themes of his final sermon during the farewell pilgrimage. He said to people, "O people, what day is this?" They all kept quiet, thinking that he was going to name it a day different than the way it is. He said, "Is it not the day of sacrifice, the 10th of Muharram?" They said, "Yes." He said, "What month is this?" They all kept quiet. Then he said, "Is it not the sacred month of Dhul Hijjah?" They said, "Yes." He said, "What town is this?" They all kept quiet, thinking that he was going to call it a different name. He said, "Is it not the sacred town of Mecca?" They said, "Yes." He said, "Okay, your lives, your properties, and your honors, they are sanctified among you, just like the sanctity of this month, and the sanctity of this day, and the sanctity of this town. So just as Mecca is sanctified and the days of the sacred pilgrimage, they are also sanctified, in a similar vein, lives are sanctified.